My name's Gary, and if there's one lesson life has hammered into me, it's that you never truly know what's happening right under your own roof. People talk about love like it's this pure, untouchable thing built on trust. They say when you find the right person, you give them your whole heart, no questions asked. But let me tell you something. Blindly trusting isn't loyalty, it's foolishness. I learned that lesson the hard way. I used to believe in love, the kind where you commit fully, where you support each other unconditionally, and betrayal is the last thing that crosses your mind. I thought that if I was faithful, if I gave all of myself, my partner would do the same. It never occurred to me that one day I'd find myself questioning everything I thought I knew about love, commitment, and marriage. Looking back, I see now how easy it is to be deceived when you're in love. The signs are always there, but you brush them off, convincing yourself that the person you trust could never hurt you. You tell yourself that because you're sincere, they must be too. But that's not how it always works. After everything I've been through, I can't help but feel like love is nothing more than a beautifully packaged lie. A word people throw around without truly meaning it. Let me tell you why I feel this way. I met Kimberly when I was 30. She was 25, full of life, vibrant, with a spark that made everything around her seem brighter. At that point in my life, I was ready to settle down, to build something real. When I met her, it felt like everything clicked into place. We could talk for hours about anything, and from the outside, we seemed like the perfect couple. We dated for just over a year before I proposed. Some people might say that wasn't long enough, but I was certain. I knew she was my person. There were no red flags, no hesitation. We shared similar interests, enjoyed each other's company, and everything just felt natural. After we got married, life was good. We moved into a house my mother owned and quickly settled into a comfortable routine. For a while, I thought I had everything I ever wanted. I was genuinely happy. In the beginning, we did almost everything together. But looking back, I realize now that the deepest betrayals often come from the ones you trust most. It started subtly. One day, Kimberly mentioned that her phone had been acting up. It kept freezing, the battery drained quickly, and some apps wouldn't even open. She was frustrated. So I told her I'd take care of it. I thought it would be a simple fix. I took the phone to a repair shop, and the technician told me it would cost almost as much as buying a new one. That didn't make sense. If I was going to spend that much, I figured I might as well get her a new phone. I thought she'd be happy with the surprise. What I didn't realize was that this small decision would unravel everything. Before transferring her files to the new phone, I decided to check the old one, just to make sure everything important was backed up. Photos, contacts, messages, just the usual stuff. But as I scrolled through the menu, something unusual caught my eye. A hidden folder, disguised among the regular files. My gut twisted. I opened it. Inside there was a dating app. I couldn't understand why my wife would have something like that. I opened it, and what I found made my stomach drop. Messages. Not just a few, but dozens. She had been talking to other men, even while we were dating. Some of the conversations were light, playful, but others were explicit, flirtatious, and downright inappropriate. The more I read, the worse it got. There were different men, different conversations, but the same pattern. She laughed at their jokes, encouraged their advances, and responded in ways that made it clear she wasn't just being friendly. She had been doing this right under my nose. Without hesitation, I took screenshots, saving names, dates, and the most damning parts of conversations. I knew that if she tried to lie about it later, these messages would speak for themselves. Once I had what I needed, I locked the phone and handed it back to the technician. "Go ahead with the transfer," I said, my voice steady despite the storm raging inside me. As the technician worked, I stood there, lost in thought. Had she always been like this? Had I been too blind to see it? No matter how I tried to make sense of it, one thing was clear. This wasn't something I could ignore. I needed answers. When I got home, I already knew exactly how I was going to handle it. Walking through the door, I pulled out the new phone and handed it to her with a small smile, watching her closely. Her face lit up instantly, her arms wrapping around me as she pressed a kiss to my cheek. "Oh my God, babe, you got me a new phone?" "You didn't have to," she said. genuinely happy, completely unaware of the storm brewing. I let her enjoy the moment for a few seconds before clearing my throat and speaking. Yeah, I figure it was better than fixing the old one. By the way, I looked through your phone before the transfer started. My voice was calm but firm. I saw the dating app. Her smile faded immediately. Excuse me? Her eyes narrowed slightly, but I held her gaze. I saw the messages. Kimberly, you've been talking to other guys. For a second, she just stared at me, scrambling for a response. Then she scoffed. You went to my phone? Seriously, Gary, that's an invasion of privacy. Do you not trust me? I'd expected that, her deflection, making it about me instead of what she'd done. But I didn't let it shake me. That's not the point, I said firmly. I want to know why you have a dating profile, and why you're talking to other men. Her expression shifted again as she realized I wasn't backing down. Look, I wasn't trying to do anything serious, she mumbled. I was just bored, I guess. I never actually planned to meet anyone. I shook my head. Do you understand how messed up this is? Giving attention to someone outside our marriage is how things fall apart. I don't want that happening to us. She looked away, unable to meet my eyes. I took a deep breath, making my stance clear. You need to end this. Delete the app. Cut off every guy you've been talking to. I need to know this will never happen again. She nodded slowly. Okay, I'll delete it. She pulled out her phone and, right in front of me, uninstalled the app. I watched her do it, but something in my gut told me this wasn't over. For the next 8 months, life carried on as though nothing had happened. Kimberly swore she deleted the app and cut off contact with those men. I wanted to believe her. I tried to trust her again. But every time I remembered those messages, a part of me couldn't shake the doubt. Relationships require trust, and I didn't want to push her away by constantly questioning her. But then one morning, I woke up with a burning sensation when I went to the bathroom. At first, I tried to rationalize it, maybe a UTI. But as the day went on, the pain only worsened. By evening, I noticed a thick, yellowish discharge. That's when it hit me. My body was telling me something was very wrong. The next morning, I went straight to the hospital. After tests, the doctor sat me down and confirmed it. I had an STD. These infections are only transmitted through sexual contact, he said. There's no other explanation. That night, I lay in bed beside Kimberly, staring at the ceiling, my mind racing. The next morning, I waited until she poured herself a cup of coffee before asking, Kim, have you been with anyone else? Her face twisted into an offended glare. Excuse me? What kind of question is that? A simple one. Have you been with another man? She exploded. I can't believe this. You're accusing me of cheating after everything we've been through. I didn't back down. Did you cut off those guys like you promised? She scoffed. Oh my God, you're bringing that up again. I deleted everything. Do you know how exhausting it is to be with someone who doesn't trust you? Then hand me your phone. She pulled it back. No, that's an invasion of privacy. Fine, let's go to the hospital and get tested together. She crossed her arms. I don't have to prove anything to you. That was all the confirmation I needed. The second she looked away, I grabbed her phone, unlocked it, and scrolled through messages, images, and receipts. Proof of multiple affairs. Some stretching back months. I turned to her, my voice trembling with disbelief. How could you be this unfaithful? Instead of apologizing, she smirked and flipped me off. Something inside me snapped. Pack your stuff. This marriage is over. I want you gone before I get back. She thought I was bluffing. I wasn't. I left, called my lawyer, and filed for divorce immediately. When I returned 2 days later, she was gone, moved straight into another man's house. The divorce was brutal. It wasn't just paperwork. It was untangling.